everybody? This your boy D Money.
Hey, this is Main Man P. What's going on? We got pre-Valentine's Day. We over here talking about how your presence changes the room, how you're able to uplift the resource it costs when you come into a space where people come in and know about the network that you are, the others, but also what you might be searching for that other people have that's also going to elevate you. Man,
We want to just say happy Valentine's Day to everybody, man. You know, it's Valentine's weekend. It's tomorrow. So we just want to let y'all know happy Valentine's Day from P.O.T.D, man. Y'all just keep this thing going. But P do got a title for us, though, man. It's about presence.
your presence is a resource. And here's the main one. You think about yourself inside any room. We all know how prevalent energy is, but the most important thing is you do not want to absorb the room. You need to steward it. So how does this go, right? You think about how a lot of times, each and every one of us, strong people, we do some work that's very tiring because you pour yourself out, you do certain things, you cover up the mistakes that other people either don't see, but they also take advantage or just take you for granted to know if I do this, somebody else gonna clean it up behind me, not necessarily knowing who that cleanup person is.
Right.
But we do it. Think about us all just kind of doing it, work interdependently, and everything can just keep going up.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes those rooms come with chaos. Sometimes those rooms are filled with our needs. So rooms is where people come, they lean in, and most importantly, when your presence in there, it is your ability to be calm. And that sometimes leads to growth, but sometimes it might not lead to you be able to grow. Find different ways of how you were able to grow within it regardless. So your presence is a resource. That is not a habit, that is not an obligation, it is a resource. So let's get into it. Man. Presence, bro. That's us. P.O.T.D. The main thing that I also say too is how God puts us into play. We started this where it's putting things in the spite of the moment and just saying like, no, this is something that God is leading us with. So knowing really not to just say God is at the center, but when you feel and you know this is what you're being called to do, you know this is also a message that's important where your voice needs to get out. People like to tune in and listen to know like, hey man, they really talking about something. But we don't even gotta really dive in and say like that. I say affirmation to say like, no, y'all doing something that's different. Keep going. Where you gotta live it. We know that already. We've been through it. You know, it's a beautiful feeling to have, but you gotta always keep the train moving and supporting and keeping it alive. So I'll say, as a first question, when did you realize your presence actually changes a room?
Just like I say, you won't know. And the reason why I keep saying like we won't know because the change could be positive or negative. It just a person will know your presence, especially when you come through. You'll see head turning. You'll see people stopping on what they doing. So it's just like having a good presence or whatsoever that could get towards a resource, then that's something that we all be wanting. You feel me? But sometimes we won't know unless, just like I said, unless you just do your research and you understand what you're going walking into. Like that's the main goal right there. So it's just like your presence is everything, and it's like you have to know when a person is paying attention to it, and you gonna know if it's negative or positive. You gonna know unless you're just a person that don't read energy or read the room, because you gotta read the room in order for you to understand the presence of yourself and the people that you're approaching.
Yeah, that's big because those opportunities will lead endless anywhere. We brought up the fact, just like Walt Disney, we think of how Disney World was built today, but the origin of it all came from 1,000 no's. You explaining
And
your
one
vision.
yes.
Yes. You were literally explaining your vision and people looking at you crazy. No, I'm not putting a dollar to
That's
it.
why you can't quit. You can't quit on whatever it is that we want to do in life. Literally. That's why your presence is important, boy. Without our presence being on point and on what we want to do and what we know, cut it off.
Mhm.
You might as well just cut it off because your presence got to be on point, bro.
Mhm.
Especially when you're doing your research and you're trying to get new resources. That's all real. Especially as men, we definitely got to be on point about this. I knew of it, but just wasn't pursuing it. You get what I'm saying? I'm over here doing things that normally a man won't do. You get what I'm saying? For his family or whatsoever. But other than that, it's just like we have to know these things. If we don't know these things, then who are we? What are we? What we becoming?
Yeah.
So it is important to know these things. I'm learning as I'm speaking to y'all. So everything that I always talk about is something that I'm going through or it's something that I'm learning. And I just like to give out information.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. That's
It bettered me as a person, and I'm just hoping that it could better somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is for y'all. This is for us.
Yeah.
This is for everybody that's listening to us, that's following us, that's really tuned in with us. You feel me? Because one thing about us, like, our presence got to be everything in order for our resources to get bigger.
Correct. Correct.
And I want our resources to get
You
bigger.
have to.
You feel me?
You have to. Why
For
not?
example, like, nigga love doing music. I like doing music, but I had to cut music off just for a little bit and to get some good resource in that really bringing in income. Cause rapping could bring in income, but rapping take almost 50 to 80, almost $100,000 in order for you to really do what you really want to do and get these views and start people having sponsorships and marketing. So I found it the easy way to trying to like build that up, and that's when it came down to the barber. After that, I just started building myself up. I started it in 2016, 17.
And that
And
was
I
your
ain't
team.
had no job after that. After that, I was just trying just straight entrepreneurship,
No, that's crazy.
like nothing else.
That's crazy.
From 2016 to 17, I had my last job on Whole Food. After the Whole Food, no more, straight bopping. And that's when I became an entrepreneur. And I just started like working, like 2024
Yeah.
type stuff.
Yeah.
You feel me? I had got me one minor little contract with my painting thing, did a daycare and stuff like that. But other than that, I was just continuing doing my group homes, doing my nursery homes, doing individuals, like stuff like that. You feel me? So, but other than that, I couldn't just keep myself on music because music wasn't really just bringing it in how I thought it was finna come in right away. But you know what I'm saying? So you gotta know your resources, and then the presence gotta be on point. Like your presence gotta be so superb to the point where a millionaire wanna holler at you.
Yeah. No,
This the shit that I'm trying to do now, y'all.
I'm
This
just
ain't
trying to
something
live it.
this ain't something that I'm just talking and it sound good. No, I'm trying to do this now. I'm trying to establish better for myself in order for my kids to have greatness and be great. So it's just like,
Follow behind you.
that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Just wanted to be right for them. You
Yeah.
feel me? And it's just like them being in my presence give me the best hope of all time. Push me more, elevate me more, make me look at things differently. So it's just like, and it's been so long, so it's just like, just trying to make that a little better vibe for myself.
Oh, that's powerful.
Like, for real, man, it's just knowing.
Yeah.
Like, knowing, bro. That's why I say the presence got to be real.
Yeah.
Like, my presence is a silent mode thing. Everybody just be quiet. Everybody just get quiet. Every time I come around something, quiet. And it's just, yeah, it's just like, I don't know what that's all about, but maybe because of the seriousness of me, maybe because I don't really like, I smile, but I won't smile. I will interact with a person depends on if the vibe there. So it's just like I'm very observant when it comes to environment, communities, any wherever I'm at, any environment that I'm in, I'm very observant. So it's just like, you know, I try to always make sure my presence be known, and I think it is.
No, it is.
People already be saying.
That's true. That's true. The kids who are athletes, and you tell them what it's like to train. You tell them what it's like to how do you handle certain things. How do you handle adversity? How do you handle and adjust to eyeballs and attention on you, where you still got to go through your routine and stay with the fundamentals to perform? Because yeah, you're in high school, but are you the top player at your school? Are you the top player in the county? Are you the top player in the district? Are you the top player in the state? How do you perform against other players across the state, across the nation? And now you got this university, it's worldwide. So you got all these different factors that come in where it's like you're able to do certain things, or maybe one thing that other people can't do, but they'll pay you because they see the value you have, or they want you on your team because you will help elevate them somewhere that other players can't necessarily perform, especially when pressure comes down. So it's a lot when it comes down to your presence in the space, especially what you add in and how are you showing up to make sure you're not over, pouring, where you're not even getting nothing near reciprocated. But really, it's about taking the control, where you can make sure you get that demand of what it is that you're bringing and value.
Correct.
So you don't stand that like, man, what it is that you do. Like, dear Barber, this man is my stuff. Like, we got a sponsor with, my uncle Cone product, so I put it on display. I love this. Like, this came out from the pandemic, and I got a different variety of ways of how I want to just do my hair. So it's like, shoot, you got that being an athlete, you got that being an artist, you got that being a teacher, where you are a business, you are your own entity that helps others take up the value or space as you are a resource, those different networks that help bring what you have that you finally get appreciated for, the value that you're able to bring in that others are now able to help uplift you, support you.
Right.
We know what it's like to go through spaces of, calling out people who aren't necessarily helping you the way you want to. But I'll say to put it in a more of being a leader and a control of the aspect of not taking any doubt, not taking any thing that's going to detract your momentum of saying like, I made a post, but why ain't none of my people like it? Maybe just say, hey, can you like and share this, rather than you hate on me, because all of that's putting your mindset somewhere else where it don't necessarily need to be. Like, we all trying to continue to go forward.
Make the content a little more better.
That's it.
The content is just more better, that's all.
Yeah.
And then just like you just said, reaching out to people.
That's
hey,
it.
Man, follow me.
That's it.
Here.
Communicate it. Because it's all visibility. If you ain't visible, then what you doing? Like, really have those conversations as if you are already where you want to be, and now you're looking back to say, how did I truly do this? Am I going to give out a well thought out plan or a perfectly executed story of an excuse? Because that's it at the end of the day. You want to make it black and white to say, why did I do this or why did I not? Easy thing now, the phones with social media. Like, it's so easy to get caught up in somebody else's story, somebody else's entertainment, where it could be nice, don't get me wrong, it'd be nice if you want to just tune out, dissociate, maybe get some own ideas, creativity, but at the end of the day, it's also where you want to go. Like, yeah, we're living, but we only got one life. Today is February 13, 2026. Eventually it's going to say February 13, 2027. I'm not going back. We can't get back 2025. We can't get back 2026. It's right now. So it's how do you do this stuff in the present moment to keep building, where now you can have people looking back at your content and saying, I can still apply what they sharing to us with P.O.T.D. next year. I can still apply what I'm doing here from my other business avenue. I can still apply this. Exactly. And we went through our stages of our own. I speak to myself. I'm just like, damn, is it my fearful of success? Is it my fearful of knowing how I got to change, how I got to communicate better, speak with my chest, how I gotta, really walk the talk that I am about to be, that I am about. How I also gotta be intentional with my vocabulary of not saying I'm trying anymore, because I know trying could be me putting one foot in, and I know the accountability on my other shoulder, and I'm just like, I tried, but I'm like, it don't do nothing.
Yeah.
If you want to say you look at yourself like how you have with sports and music. You got an academy, you got a review list, you got a team that's going to talk about what it is that you're able to do, and they're going to grade your performance. If you went a whole year giving excuses, do you really think you deserve the MVP?
Hmm.
What was so special and valuable about your performance except from all them damn excuses?
Hmm.
And I'm saying this to my own damn self. Like,
I
I did some
promise.
shit that I promise you,
I promise, boy.
I got nothing
What?
but excuses for it. I'm like, I gotta keep moving forward. I can't look back. It had me really understand grace. It had me really, like, thoroughly get into my word. Cause I'm like, I was
I'm
doing
talking
shit.
about hardcore too.
Like, I took so much stuff for granted. So much. Ain't communicated, ain't put feelings to it. I just was just, like, I just saying fuck it. But it's just like, all right, you gotta lock in on something. You have to. Even the stuff that you're doing, like, make sure
Hey, alright.
you putting your effort, your best foot forward with it. Don't give
Talk.
people excuses, because those same bridges that you feel and believe that you want to help bring people in, you want to talk about how great you want to be and live out in a place like Miami where it's cutthroat. People could show their face but stab you in the back with it. But it's like, how much people really actually did that? But also, do you want to experience that? Or do you
Right.
want to experience the greatness of that side? So
Yeah.
you got the people who want to come in and be part of this. People who believe in your mission. I believe in who he is and the story he went through. Or it's like, I want to be able to support it. And there's other people who are out here that's just like that. So it's an important thing with your value and presence, where you get to show up knowing exactly who you are and exactly how you coming through, so people can be like, I want to support this person. I want to help drive you in any way. How could I even be a part of it? Like, there's people who was mentioning about a good friend of ours, Dolly, who already being monetized from this stuff. And he telling us what we need to do, and then we had to go through our whole trial and error,
Telling you.
how to create a game plan, how to be consistent, how to
We
show up
weren't
in the
even
right
consistent
space.
last year, man. We only did a little woody woo,
Yeah.
and next thing you know, we was on some money shit.
Yeah.
We were trying to get ourselves
That's
established,
it.
but now we understand what's going on.
Yeah. And
Like,
all
we trying to
things
have merch. We trying to, really inspire people, man, what P.O.T.D really stands for. Yes, it stands for Player of the Day, but the meaning of it.
Yeah.
Like, what's the purpose of P.O.T.D? What's the
Yeah.
purpose of Player of the Day?
Yeah.
You have to have a Player of the Day.
Yeah.
What's the Player of the Day, man? What the play is.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have this strategized to the point where your presence is the most important thing of yourself.
Yeah.
Because once your presence is up there, your resources will be the highest thing of all time. That's the reason why I be trying to tell people that we have to understand as men, that once your presence is where it should be at, most of the time, to be honest with y'all, bro, most of the times resource comes. Sometimes the resource just come there.
Yeah.
Especially when your presence is where it should be.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I be trying to say what I be saying most of the time, do the things that I be saying in my wording.
Yeah.
Like, everything that I talk about, I do it. I try to do it, and when I try to do it, I will mess up, and I don't give up on it. I continue to do so. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why it's good to have your presence right, just so your resource could be where it should be. So it's like, that's just what it is with myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And then applying it. So for me, I teach and I go to different schools. Sometimes I'm filling in the sub, and I get contracts for schools to help fill in, especially with teaching math and a subject like algebra. Algebra is the most failed course. People used to just seeing numbers A, B, but now you got numbers and letters together where it throw people off. So it's like, how do I teach that aspect when somebody's got a variable in their play and they're like, all right, I'm used to this, but now there's other things that's in factor. And that's life. People always ask the question, when am I going to use this in real life? But the real one is just being able to see it and apply where it's concepts, it's terminology, it's situations, it's how you want to actually elevate. You see your own stagnation, you see your regressions, you hold yourself accountable, or you could just deflect and now everything is just everybody else's fault. Everything is everybody else's problem. Well, that's a whole math problem itself because who's going to be the solution? You want somebody else in your life to be the solution, or are you going to be it yourself? There's a lot more you can be able to talk about and feel more proud of to say, I actually did this on my own.
Right.
Rather than I use ChatGPT, I use AI, I cheated my whole way through. It's like, okay, how valuable is your degree? How valuable was your grade? If you can't even explain what you did, but you got a A.
Yeah.
You can't teach nobody. But allegedly you know what you're doing. It's in your head. Okay, if it's in your head, you can communicate this shit. You can communicate it. You can explain it. You can show it. However way that's in your best zone. And I get it. Sometimes you need to be in your own environment where it's best for you to be comfortable in your own element where you can get stuff going where that's fast. But the best thing is looking at it like sports. Sometimes you're not always going to play at your home court advantage.
Yeah.
You're going to play somebody else's home court advantage.
Right.
Why they going to try to make it comfortable for you when
to pay away.
you the opponent?
Yeah.
You the opponent.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to be in the class and I'm going to I'm going to do all of this crazy stuff that throw you off your game because you're not supposed to be able to do this.
Yeah.
I had to go through that. I started to look at school that way where I'm like, all right, this class I got to go through with this. I don't expect this from this person trying to get the center of attention, even though I got, these lovely five over here that's just like, man, this man really don't know what he's doing. Like, he teaches us better than our teacher. He actually teaches us. He brings it out together. But we got to deal with John over here wanting to be a class clown.
Right.
He want to get his class clown points in and feel however he want to feel throughout the day. But he know math class is probably the only place where I'm going to get it. Why? Because Mr. Jackson gonna let me be me. Everybody else gonna be like, shut up, go home.
Right.
I'm like, be you. Be you. Because at one point we're gonna get tired of you, but you can get tired of yourself because it's just the same thing. You're gonna have a test coming up, and what you're gonna be doing? Question 1 through 5, that's not on the answer choice, my friend. That's not on the answer choice, my friend. But some people would like to continue playing that playbook. Others be ready to elevate and do something different. So what eventually happens, you fall to remedial classes. As schools start advancing, everybody else continue to progress. Same thing with life, especially us as men. Sometimes we look at scenarios and situations where you want to make a joke out of the shit where it's like, damn, I did this, but I didn't come prepared. I felt inadequate. I was feeling more of the sense of being seen, but coming from a place of judgment, rather than, you know what, God created me exactly how I am. I know I have certain areas that are my own flaws, but other people not even seeing that. They excited to see you showed up. Other people excited to just say like,
because everybody not gonna see your flaws.
Exactly. So we be all whole
some
much
people
credit.
don't even be worrying about that shit unless they really in tune to you.
That's true.
Unless they really finna be a partner with you, a friend with you, a relationship with you. Cause that's the only way that you'll see a flaw in a person. If they really connected with you and y'all really vibing. But other than that, when you there, they might, of course they happy that you there. You about to get some business done. And it's benefit both parties. So that's why I say, man, presence is what it is, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. It's just that resource gotta be on point.
Correct.
Me and my cousin talk about this shit almost every day. I swear to God, we talk about that shit every day. Resource, bro. Get our resource up. I ain't saying I'm the best nigga that got good resource and all. I ain't talking like that. I'm talking about really get out here every day and just get some resource going on. Where you can accumulate your income, where you accumulate your revenue. The more you accumulate that, man, it's better. Fuck the money.
Money gonna come.
Your presence gotta be litty in order for you to get that resource. Cause that's the only way that a person they go off your energy, they going off your positivity. They want to see if you can go ahead and bring something in, or you can get this connected to that, or whatever it is that you're doing. When it comes down to illegal, I don't give a fuck, baby. It's about your present
That's
and
true.
resource.
That's true. Just get it done.
It's just getting it done.
Get it done.
I don't discriminate nobody.
That's true.
Everybody do how they want to do it. They live how they need to live. You feel me, to survive. But at the same time, everything boils down to resource and your presence. Cause that's the only way that you're gonna get that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's better than anything though, man. But at the same time, we gonna cut it a little short, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I got my kids with me today, so it's kind of like, you know, I'm juggling. That's why y'all
Daddy
told me
mode.
to hold up, y'all. Hold on, cause I had to go deal with them right quick. But everything is a vibe. Everything is good. P.O.T.D is finna be something big, man, and I feel it.
Yeah.
If it ain't this year, I know that we gonna be doing our thing this year. And I'm talking about doing more, going to different little spots. I don't know, man, because we probably be doing some little games and stuff. We're going to a little football game, baseball game, just so we could podcast out there. Just to show everybody the play of the day of how things going. You know, our podcast is similar to sports. You get what I'm saying? Like, we got to know our base. We got to know where we hitting this ball at. You get what I'm saying? We got to know what assists we need to make. Then get them points. You understand what I'm saying? We got to have a good quarterback on your end, just so you can receive whatever he's throwing to you. And that's good. And that's what I'm talking about. The resource.
That's a good.
It's about the resource.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Listen, man. If we don't get this together before the next 5 years, brothers, we gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
I know we is.
Gonna be on your ass.
We gonna be messed up. So that's the reason
On the
why
street.
I feel like P.O.T.D, God created it for a reason. Because me and P, we really be on something else. And when we talk knowledge and we talk facts.
Yeah.
If y'all don't believe what we be saying, y'all can look a lot of stuff up, you feel me? And it's gonna be literally on point of what we talking about. So we have to really like build ourselves as men, brotherhood, and all that. Cause P.O.T.D is a whole meaning to it. It ain't just the play of the day. There's a whole meaning behind that. You feel me? It's about elevating, developing a strong environment of brothers that could get the best resource that they can,
Awesome.
and us helping each other doing it. You feel me? So, you know, just to let y'all know, man, I'm grateful as main man P that this is already continuing. We gonna, next time y'all see us, it gonna be P.O.T.D shirts, man.
Yeah, the
Hoodies, scullies, hats, like everything. This is what we're gonna be doing, man. But until then, though, man, I appreciate y'all, man, a lot, man. Y'all stay tuned to us, man. Until then, we'll holler at y'all later, you heard?